Hi, my name is Gran, and I'm here to talk to you about West Nile virus. So the first thing is, what is West Nile virus? It's a mosquito-borne illness that originated in Africa in the 1930s, and it usually happens in tropical regions, but that doesn't mean that's the only place that an outbreak can happen. So how can someone become infected? A mosquito first has to bite an infected bird before they can infect humans or other animals. And humans can't get it from any other animals, they can only get it from mosquitoes. And also, it's important to notice that it cannot be transmitted through contact, so if a significant other or family member or someone you know, they have West Nile virus, you don't have to worry about getting it from them, you don't have to stay away from them. People who are at the greatest risk are people over 50 just because their immune systems are naturally not as strong. So, symptoms. According to the CDC, 70 to 80% of people don't even know they have the virus because they don't show any symptoms. Then 1 out of 5 with the virus will show flu-like symptoms like headache or vomiting, joint pain. Then only a few people will get serious neurological issues, and some effects of these could become permanent. So after someone becomes infected, as said before, very few will ever show symptoms of it. And in some cases, viruses can lead to serious neurological issues that can greatly affect the brain and spinal cord. And 2 infections that are associated with West Nile virus are encephalitis and meningitis. 1 out of every 150 people infected with West Nile virus will show either one of these. Most people can recover from it, but others can have memory loss, permanent brain damage, seizures, or in rare cases, they could die. So most outbreaks happen on bird migration paths just because that's where the virus originates. But the first actual case was tracked to a woman in Uganda in 1937. Later on, in 1953, we found out that it was tracked to birds, especially crows. Birds become infected from an infected mosquito or from eating infected birds that are not living anymore. There was a recent outbreak in Israel and Tunisia that was brought to New York in 1999, and this outbreak lasted until 2010. It's known to be the largest West Nile virus outbreak across the United States. The CDC reported 42,000 cases since 1999 and 1,700 deaths. And since then, the virus has spread greatly and affects many different countries. For treatment, if you end up getting some brain infections from the neurological issues, then intense therapy centered towards that would be required. Or infected people can sometimes have to take anti-inflammatory medication. Or in severe cases, you may have to be medically monitored for a long time. So looking at ethical issues during the 1999 outbreak. So when they found out that people were infected, they tested the local birds, and after 2 had passed away, but they sent them away to the CDC to see if they had West Nile virus, and they found out that they did, and this was in Queens. And after someone who was not from Queens but in the local area got infected, they decided they were going to do like pesticide to kill all the mosquitoes. And they sent out messages to avoid exposure, so not go out when there are mosquitoes, but if you have to wear long clothes and mosquito repellent. And then they also told people when they were going to be spraying the pesticide so people wouldn't be harmed from that either. And then after they did all these measures, they continued to watch for infected mosquitoes until the wintertime. And personally, I believe that it ethically checks out because they did everything they could to stop the virus. And because you can't get it through contact, they didn't really need to isolate or quarantine anybody. So any questions?
Yeah. Did it ever say anything like how much this affects the U.S.?
It didn't really say it. It's mostly, I was mostly only able to find information on the 1999 outbreak, so I don't really think it affects us that much today. Okay,
I heard you had a slide that's like 70 to 80% of people show symptoms, or I think or don't show symptoms. So does that mean like the disease lies dormant until, like, does it always come to fruition, like affect the person? Or?
I feel like as long as there's no symptoms, that there's no need to worry because it only affects you if it gets worse.
Okay. So someone could get it but not get like dangerously sick?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, please go.
I don't remember if you explained this, but did you say like all of the mosquitoes carry it, or was it just certain?
Just ones that have been like infected birds.
Okay.
You've got the looked into local birds there as a line on your ethical issues slide. Is there an ethical issue connected to examining the birds that you were trying to raise?
No, it was just showing that they tried everything to make sure that the virus was contained.
I see. Okay. And did anyone have concerns about the pesticide? Or was that pretty much taken care of by asking people to stay inside?
I think it was mostly taken care of. I just found my information from the CDC, so they didn't really talk about personal issues.
Okay. Other questions?
You say that the mosquitoes get it from birds, but where do the birds get it?
They get it from other, like if they eat other infected birds, or from like a mosquito that had bit an infected bird.
Okay, thank you, Ashley.